Hello, everybody. We are live. Woohoo! Welcome to 2023, everybody. Hope everyone is as excited as we are.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes, Happy New Year. Okay. We're going to give people a couple of minutes to get in here. Mike, when you do get into the YouTube, if you're in here this evening, just kind of verify with me that the YouTube is you can hear us okay. We're trying a new microphone so that we can hopefully avoid some of the issues we've been having a few lives ago. So bear with us because we're always evolving and always changing things. So
Bigger and better.
We're doing our best.
Test.
Hello.
Testing. Yep, it's moving. So
Yeah,
I think it's picking
that
us
we're
up.
doing okay. So, anywho, thank you all so much for joining us on your Monday evening. It's okay. Thank you, Deb, for that. I appreciate it. Nick is testing too because he hears us testing in here. Oh, that kid is too cute. So, again, happy Monday, January 2nd. We're starting off strong. We're starting off good. I'm really excited about it. We've got a ton to talk about. So hopefully we'll be able to keep it within the hour mark that we normally do.
Yep. I'll keep.
Wish me luck.
Keep buzzing along. Hi, Kim.
Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining us up on Facebook. So a couple of things that I want to talk about. Is our business news and wins. And we'll be bringing this up again at the end of our segment as well. But I kind of wanted to talk about it now, and then we'll talk about it again at the end. The very first thing is I sent out our very first email blast to everybody today, and I am so excited about that.
Yeah.
That is one of those things that as a business owner, I was like, okay, I've got to send out emails. I've got to send them out. And like mental block, like, oh my gosh, this is just too hard. I started a YouTube channel instead of doing email blasts. Okay. Like, how does that make any sense to anybody?
Doesn't at all.
But I did it, and I got them out there today. Hopefully, most of you have seen those. If you haven't, let me know because I can definitely get you hooked up to our email blast. Really great information in there. It was basically just a welcome to the Plum Crazy family, and here's some destinations for you to maybe think about for your 2023 travel. We talked about Mexico briefly, Hawaii, and also the Wonder of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's newest cruise ship. We'll get into that a little bit more later. So definitely a ton of information in that email, as well as how to join us for our Plum Crazy Posse adventure in March at the Universal Orlando Resort.
Mardi Gras, baby.
Yeah, we're going to be there right in the heart of Mardi Gras. It's going to be fantastic. Mardi Gras is included with your regular theme park admission. So definitely reach out to us if that's something you're thinking about doing, because we do still have some space available. Like I said, we weren't going to make this a very big event. Finally found you. Okay, glad. We're not planning on making it a very big event for the Universal Orlando trip in March. So we do still have a few rooms that are available off of our bookings. So definitely reach out to us. We would love to have you join us.
Yep.
The next thing is we are still sitting at 196 subscribers.
Oh, wow.
Which I'm happy with. But we officially hit 30,000 views on YouTube, unique views on our YouTube channel. So that is exciting. We have several videos that are over 2,000 views, which is so exciting to us. And we're really looking forward to seeing those numbers continue to go up. So if you have anybody that is interested in traveling, definitely send them our information, have them check out our YouTube channel, and subscribe if you haven't done so already.
Yeah.
We're very, very grateful to everybody that is subscribed to our channel.
Yep. Thank you for all the love and support. I got to get that in real quick before she starts talking again. So.
Yep. So, and then you have news today because you totally blindsided me with this.
Okay. Yeah, I'm officially on TikTok now. I just actually spent.
This is his baby.
Yeah, I spent the last 3 hours working, just trying to get everything, figuring the platform out and stuff like that. So I'm officially on TikTok. So if you're interested, look me up. And On top of that, I put out one of our very first um, posts, which
Hmm.
actually just has our basic logo and said, join us tonight at 8 p.m. on YouTube. We'll be live. So
Yeah, that's
um,
exciting.
it's exciting that we are now on another platform. I've got a
Hmm.
lot more things to learn about it because we can actually go live on TikTok also too.
Oh, that's exciting.
So I've got a little more investigating to do and figure out what we need to do that. But um, just excited that I finally got us on TikTok now. So
That's awesome. All right. So let's go ahead and get back into the nitty gritty of what we're wanting to talk about this evening. The first thing I want to go over is travel news because
mhm.
past couple of weeks, obviously the biggest time of the year is right around Christmas time.
Yes.
And one of the big things is Southwest. Southwest totally imploded on itself. Hello, parents. Hi, Christopher. Glad you could join us. By the way, I do apologize if you hear Piggy ticking around in the background. She has not decided where she wants to lay down, so she's just going to pace until we get mad at her. So, so Southwest, they are officially back on track. It looks like they are blaming their issues. They started canceling flights starting on December 22nd, and they were down to one-third capacity of what their scheduled flights were at one point. And that lasted through until basically December 29th and December 30th, I
Yeah.
think is when they finally got to a point where they were able to get them back on track. Now, they are blaming IT issues with this. And what you got to think about is a lot of these airlines, not all of them, but a lot of them are using technology that's from the 80s and 90s, and they haven't upgraded them at all. Southwest is part of that. And so, whenever they get to a point where they have to do a lot of schedule changes because of major weather events,
Hmm.
obviously, the big freeze that we had December 22nd, that definitely caused a cascade, and their IT could not handle it. And so, it basically just went kaput. And then what they were doing actually was they were hand processing everybody's information to get certain flights out rather than using their IT. So it was kind of it was a scary thing. They had pilots stranded, their flight crew stranded. Obviously, the people on the ground in the airports were getting screamed at and yelled at, and they didn't deserve that. This wasn't their
Mm-mm.
fault. So, definitely, what I'm going to tell everybody at this point, make sure when you are using air travel, which I'm using back here tonight because we're talking about all kinds of travel, make sure that you have your patient pants on. Because things like this can happen. And if
Hmm.
we know that there's going to be potential weather issues or anything like that, or even just like overscheduling because of holiday weekends, we've had that issue a few times actually with Southwest,
Yeah.
with canceled flights and such. We also had, I feel bad, but same couple, they got canceled once because of a holiday weekend on
Hmm.
Southwest. They got put on a flight 3 days later. Dad, about TikTok, call me later and I'll tell you what to do.
Okay, cool.
And then the very next year, they had their flight pushed back another 2 days because of the hurricane that came through. So that one, obviously, with the hurricane, nobody was flying for that one. But still, it was interesting that they got hit with two of those with Southwest. And I'm just glad that they decided not to go anywhere for New Year's. Call me tomorrow. My old man body is tired. I feel that, Christopher. So
Amen.
I would yell at you, but I feel it. So I'm not going to. Um, Now, I will say that of the airlines that you could possibly go through, Delta Airlines has been phenomenal. They
Yep.
are actually the most on time airline for 2022. So Delta Airlines is a great one if that's one that you're thinking about doing. I apologize. Bear with me one second. There we go. Um, so that is definitely one for you to think about. I'm trying to get prepped for my trip in 3 weeks. And then ones that I will just be a little bit cautious over. Not saying that you can't book them or anything, but we will just kind of watch things very closely for you.
Hmm.
Southwest Vacations, American Airlines Vacations, and also Spirit is another one that tends to be running on a slightly outdated system. Spirit hasn't had so much in cancellations, but we have dealt with delays, whether it's flight that gets delayed going out of another airport. Seems like any flight this time of year going to Chicago or going out of Chicago is delayed. So
Yeah.
they tend to run like 20 minutes behind or so.
Hi, Becky.
So, okay. And then something that I thought you were going to find really cool. It was a totally off the wall bonkers thing that I found.
Okay.
Staying in space might be happening sooner than what any of us realize.
Get out of here. Cool. All right. I'm intrigued. Let's talk.
All right. So, the Voyager station, which is the hotel name, it is proposed to be built and ready for guests by the end of 2027. That is 4 years away. How insane is that? Now, we are having rockets and launches and different things happening almost daily in the U.S. between the different space centers that we have. So, obviously, having people going up into space and coming back down and things like that for commercial use.
Yep.
I see that happening fairly quickly because we're getting enough of a ramp up on all that stuff that I could see it happening. But the Voyager station is the brainchild of one of the leading space companies, which is the Orbital Assembly Corporation. They have plans in effect. Obviously, there's a lot of red tape that they've got to go through. But their current plans are that they're going to be able to house about 280 guests in the hotel at any given time. And there's going to be 112 crew members that'll be there rotating, but basically will be there in order to service you like a typical hotel. A couple of things that'll be a little bit different about it. They're hoping to be able to do some kind of a gravity field that'll be similar to what it would be like on Mars.
Okay.
So obviously not our gravity, but they're trying to make sure that they have that. Glad you could join us, Mike. I appreciate it. And then another thing that they have on here is when you go up there, yes, they're going to have restaurants, they're going to have entertainment, but expect space food, at least for the first good bit, because the food that we hear does not generally translate very well once it gets up into space. And so they're hoping that they can figure out ways of making things more palatable. And unlike we've had people in space for 60 years, 70 years now, seems like going up there, you would think that we would have figured out something a little bit better than
they have.
Space
I mean,
food.
they've done a lot of research and stuff on the International Space Station. And it's not just for us civilians to go up into space. It's for future exploration of space and going into Mars, go to the moon, Mars, and beyond, basically. But yeah, this is a huge leap. I mean, this is literally being able to say, okay, instead of us saying we can get you anywhere on God's green earth, now we can take you off the planet here in a few years. So that's an exciting thing. I can't wait to be able to start promoting that. And Voyager, you said Voyage, right?
Yes.
Virgin?
The Voyager station by the Orbital Assembly Corporation.
Orbital Assembly Corporation. Okay. So that in itself right there, they're a big, huge company. They're going to do very well with this. And I really see this is not
guarantee it'll be by 2027. That's 4 years away. They haven't even started building the hotel yet.
I want to tell you what, they can do miracles with things. You don't realize it. They are doing a lot of good stuff. I mean, like you said, they're shooting up rockets literally almost daily.
Yep, train, Deb.
Yep, train went by. They're sending up rockets out of Florida, Virginia, out of California, out of Texas, and that's all around the world too. It's just not here in the United States.
Oh yeah.
So this is an exciting time, and it's an awesome way for us to be able to explore space and not have to go through the physical training that you would have to go through to become an astronaut in order to be in space and stuff. So it's exciting. It would definitely be something that I would probably look into. I would definitely have a barf bag on the side because I probably will throw up. But
one of us has to stay on the ground in order to be there for our children in the event something goes wrong. I volunteer as tribute for that. He can do it. I will not.
I think it would be awesome to be able to go up into space and see the curvature of the Earth and see the sun.
I should never say never, but at this point, no.
So just all of us go. That way something happens, Hey.
Anywho.
But
But
Anyway,
it's really interesting, and because of that, and say in 5 to 10 years that becomes a thing, uh, is it going to make things like brand new Space 220 at Epcot irrelevant?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's something that they just put out last year. I'll stay with Meg. Thank you, Deb. And speaking of Walt Disney World, boy, do I have some news for you guys. The Walt Disney World Railroad is officially back in operation. They do have a brand new voiceover for it, and it started up on December 23rd. So 2 days before Christmas, they finally brought it back.
Yeah, and we didn't plan that with the train coming. So so that was just coincidence that the train came by.
Going down my list. So very, very exciting for that. It has actually been closed for 4 years.
That's hard to believe. I mean, it seems like it's been longer to me. Like,
well,
honestly.
It feels longer for us, I think, because every time we have gone, it's been during a refurbishment. And so we've only ridden it, I think, maybe twice in all the times we've been to Disney since we've been together. So that's sad. Cannot wait to go and ride the railroad. Hopefully we'll get to that in the next few months. We'll see.
You get to see the Tron off the one side there.
Maybe ride it. That would be awesome. Another thing, Chef Mickey's is announced that they are officially returning to a buffet style, and that is going to be on March 1st. As many of you know, they have been doing a family style where they bring food to your table, and then if you want anything else, you just tell your server and they bring you more, kind of deal. They are bringing back the buffet. So I think that's kind of cool. I like the family style. The Liberty Tree Tavern, that's one that they've always had family style. I like that personally.
I do too. So that way everybody gets a little bit of everything. And then, you know, if you don't like something, then you just tell them you don't want that on the next round. You know?
Well, and especially with kids, I really like not having to worry about going up, filling up their plate, filling up my plate. Where the heck are they? Taking turns going up because somebody has to stay with the kids, that kind of thing. So I'm kind of sad that something that is so like kid-centric, they're going back to the buffet, but at the same time, they probably were wasting a lot of food because I mean, how many little kids really eat like 2 waffles each and things like that? So that's going to be as of March 1st. And then character dining is going, I'll eat way more than that if given the opportunity, but that's a whole other story.
I eat too much.
Character dining is...
Yep, thanks. I just said the same thing. So
character dining returns to Cinderella's Royal Table on February 28th. So this is really exciting because they have not really had any princess dining since the pandemic. So they're bringing them back here. They also just brought back Akershus, I think is how you pronounce it, which is an Epcot in the Norway Pavilion. And you get to see a couple of princesses there as well. I think that opened in November. So things are opening back up. I think there's only maybe like 1 or 2 places that isn't officially open post-pandemic. And that's exciting. And things are getting back to the way they were before the pandemic as well, which is another reason why I'm like, woohoo! Like we're putting it back.
That's huge. And I'm excited to see that happening too. And I'm sure probably all the employees and stuff down there are happy to finally be getting back to work and getting back to a normal life and stuff back in Florida.
Exactly. And then Splash Mountain, as I've mentioned it a few times, but I think it goes without saying again, it is officially closing on January 23rd for its lengthy refurbishment to become Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
Okay.
So kind of sad.
Yep. Next.
All right. Over at Universal, we are going to kind of focus on Universal Orlando Resort this evening just because that's what we talk about the most. Jurassic Park River Adventure. It is closing for its annual refurbishment on January 8th. So definitely kind of if you're thinking about going to Universal, OMG, I have 5 Megans in here. Okay. That's a terrifying thing.
One's bad enough some days.
Yes, yes, it is. Now, Jurassic Park River Adventure, it is just going to be a standard refurbishment. They're not really doing anything to turn it into the one that is out in California. So it will be reopening hopefully February 4th, as long as everything goes according to plan.
Yep.
Holiday festivities are officially over as of today at the Universal Orlando Resort. So no more Christmas tree strolls, no more Grinch, no more Who's running around in Seuss Landing.
Yep. All of it's gone. Even Megan, in celebration of that, she took down all of our Christmas decorations today. So Christmas is officially over. The New Year's begun. Stop pouting because now Mardi Gras is coming. So get excited. We've got spring around the corner. We need to start looking at booking vacations and stuff for springtime travel, summertime travel. Guys, now's the time to start talking to us because
things are starting to
book up very quickly. And remember, end of March is the last of the 50th year anniversary celebration at Walt Disney World. So don't forget that.
And in March, that's the last little bit of a window. They said that they would definitely have Tron at Disney opened up by then. No more get the beads out. I agree, Deb.
Yep.
So definitely over at Disney, they said that they would have the Tron coaster up by the time the end of the 50th comes along. So that's by March.
Yeah.
So get yourself booked and you might be doing some testing rides or whatever.
I would say probably next month. The way the testing is going, they've had the people riding it and stuff, and everybody is just giving it rave reviews. These are all the people the designers and the workers and stuff like that.
Right.
So
they haven't had
they haven't had civilians or anybody on it. So
back to Universal. Sorry to skip around on you guys. The Mardi Gras season and celebration officially kicks off at Universal Orlando Resort on February 4th, and that will run through April 16th. So our trip is right smack dab in the middle of it, which is fantastic because they get to have a couple of bugs worked out because like the first weekend and stuff of the parades and things like that, people still have to learn their routes and little bits. The food kiosks, they've got to work out how to make certain things in mass quantity and make it still good, things like that. So we're going to be there at the peak time.
Well, and the other thing I like about it at the time we're going to, it's everybody, all the locals and stuff will have already been there a few weekends already, and they've already gotten their Mardi Gras fix and they've gotten their food and stuff. So they're going to kind of start backing out a little bit, and then we can come down in and go have some fun. So
super excited. Cannot wait. So, and then another thing that I need to make sure everybody is aware of, the kids zone. So if you have little kids like we have Nick, and you're thinking about going to Universal, do know that they are closing down a good portion of the kids zone area. That's going to be the Woody Woodpecker coaster, the Curious George play area, Fievel's Playland. Nick really enjoyed that area. DreamWorks Destination with the meet and greet with Shrek and Donkey. All of that, they are closing. And that's going to be on January 15th. It'll officially be closed off and nobody will be able to get back in there. So
they're just moving Shrek just because he's an ogre. I'm telling you. It's all because he's green and ugly and smells.
So
poor guy. I understand how he feels. I know how he feels.
I'd be more worried about Donkey. Donkey gets like aggressive when it's all because I'm an ass. So, but it's expected that area is expected to reopen in 2024. So they're not going to have it down super long, and it's Universal. So I expect it to be open that quickly, actually. And they're speculating. These are all speculations. Universal has not announced officially yet, but they are thinking that the Fievel area is going to be rethemed to a Shrek section, which will be good and fun for the kids. If they have a mud pit, my child will never go there. the Woody Woodpecker coaster. Well, I don't know why I can't say that. They're talking about giving that a Trolls overhaul, which I think would be a really cute thing. Again, if Diamond decides to fart glitter at me at any point on that ride, I will not ride it again. Ew. And then Kung Fu Panda, they are talking about that possibly taking over the Curious George section. So that could be a lot of fun, actually, because especially if they have cast or team members that are back there that are kind of teaching your kid how to be Kung Fu master like the panda. I think that would be cute.
Yep.
So definitely, as we get more information on that, we will let you know.
And it's sad to see these older rides go, but to be honest with you, this generation of kids that are there now, they don't understand Woody Woodpecker. They don't understand Curious George. They don't get it. And like even Shrek and Donkey is a little bit dated.
That's one that they're thinking about putting in there.
Yeah, but it's still, if you stop and think about it, today's generation really doesn't understand Shrek and Donkey like what we all do.
Yeah.
You know, and it's...
I would think maybe How to Train Your Dragon or Sing 2, something like that would be a better fit.
Yeah.
Because you've got kids really into that right now.
I think what would be really cool if they had a Sing 2 like auditions. You know, people come up and they get to sing on the stage and stuff, and they figure out a way to make them not animated. Yeah, animated up on the screen. They make him into a giraffe or an elephant or, you know, whatever, you know, just something fun.
That would be really cute. Neat. So let me see here. So that's pretty much everything I have to talk about for theme parks, and we are moving right along, and this is fantastic. Now, a new segment of our weekly lives that I'm hoping to be able to bring to you. I want to talk about all of the amazing states that we have in our country and kind of give you guys some ideas on things that you can do if you're really not ready to travel outside of the country yet, but you want to go and explore something you've never explored before. So we're going to go ahead and kick it off, and we're going to do Pennsylvania as our very first one. Now, I realize a majority of you live in Pennsylvania or you live in Ohio, so you're kind of like, why is this an important thing? Well, it's where we live, and we know it the best at this point, I would say. So that's part of why I'm talking about it this evening. Different things that you can do and see and experience in the state of Pennsylvania, because there's actually a lot. And I learned a few things this evening, too, about our state that we've been in. So the very first thing is the #1 tourist attraction in Pennsylvania. Do you have any idea what it might be? It's showcased in National Treasure.
Yeah, it's out in Philadelphia. It's the Liberty Bell.
Yep. Liberty Bell and Independence Hall.
Yep. Sorry. I bet you could see the smoke coming out of my ears because I had gears turning there for a minute.
So one thing that we have always wanted to do, and we just haven't done it yet, and maybe this will be something we'll do in the spring. I'm not going in the winter. Is we want to go and spend a weekend in Philadelphia. There's a ton that you can do. There's the Museum of Art. There is, I knew that. See, Mike, I'm glad. Museum of Art. You can go shopping in the Reading Terminal Market, which is a really cool market and kind of reminded me of when we went to New York City and we went shopping inside of Penn Station. There's butchers and people bringing local produce in from outside.
And that's
of the
actually
area.
Featured in the very first National Treasure movie too. So
that too.
The girl that hides in behind the counter.
Yep.
That's what she's talking about right now.
Yep. There's also the Philadelphia Zoo. What's exciting about the Philadelphia Zoo is they actually have a rope bridge kind of thing that they have over top of the walkway. And I believe it's lions walk back and forth above your head as you're walking through. And I think that's so cool. So that's another thing that you can do there. And there's a lot of other things that you can do. I'm just trying to give you some highlights. We can definitely work on planning a short weekend or a long weekend or even a full week out in east side of Pennsylvania if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah, because there is a ton of stuff to do on the east side of Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Not that there's anything on the western side, because there is a lot. But there's a lot to do over the eastern side.
Other things that you can do in Pennsylvania, and never leave our state. Go ahead and head out to Hershey Park. Hershey Park
Yes.
is a fantastic weekend getaway. You can go all out and you can stay at the Hershey Hotel, which is absolutely beautiful,
Mhm.
or you can stay at one of the neighboring hotels. We can help you out with that. Spend a couple of days inside of Hershey Park. Go check out the Hershey
Hershey Factory.
Factory. Thank you. I was wanting to not call it that. And then there's some other things that you can do out in that area as well.
Yes. This is the only town that you could come into, and it smells
Candy.
so
Yes, it
good.
smells like chocolate.
Yes.
So I'm not guaranteeing that you won't be hungry the whole time you're there, but that's another thing you can do. Thinking of parks, is there's Lakemont Park, which is out in Altoona. So
Mhm.
go spend an afternoon, like go spend the weekend out in Altoona area. You can spend all day or half a day, whatever you want to do, enjoying the Lakemont Park, which has the oldest roller coaster in the US there,
Mhm.
and another very rough roller coaster that feels like it's just as old as the other one.
Mhm.
And then you go over to the Horseshoe Curve and have a fantastic picnic lunch, watching the trains going around you in the Horseshoe Curve.
Yep.
There's other things you can do there as well. Maybe catch a baseball game if you go during the right time of year.
Yeah.
Right
At
there
the
at the Altoona Curve.
Yep. Mhm. Yeah.
So there's tons that you can do right out there.
Mhm.
Waldemere
And
Park.
hold on, we have a video on that on YouTube. So if
Yes,
you
we
guys are
do.
interested in the park, we definitely have a video on
Lakemont
that.
Park, yeah.
Lakemont Park.
Yeah. So that was a fun day. Waldemere Park, which is north of us in Erie, PA. That is a fantastic little park because if you are not a rider, okay, or if say you want to do something with your kids' grandparents, your parents, or something like that, and they can't ride rides.
Yep.
This is a fantastic place to go because it is free for you to be able to walk around, and then you get tickets or get a unlimited card, and you can go around and ride as many rides as you want, depending on what
Right.
you want to do. So I love that. Erie is a really great place to go on vacation. Actually, we had a fantastic stay at the Sheridan Hotel right there on Lake Erie.
The Bayfront.
Bayfront. That was a really great one. So make sure that you check out that video.
Yep.
We also have a couple of videos right when we first got started doing our YouTube channel of Presque Isle. So to check that out. We had a lot of fun with those. Waldemere Park is another one that eventually we will get to doing a video for. We just didn't have time to go up over the summer to do it. So all those different things you can do. So that makes a great weekend getaway if that's something that you're thinking about doing. And oh my gosh, the food. Definitely going to have good food, especially if you're staying right there in that Bayfront area.
Oh yeah, tons of good food right there.
So, Kennywood, I realize that's in our back door, but that's yet another theme park that you can go to. So, definitely think about that. Other things that you can do is, again, we're very much involved in the history of our country. So go and check out Gettysburg.
Yes. Yeah.
We've done that and kind of make it a little bit different and a little on the paranormal side. Go do some ghost tours while you're there. Those are incredibly popular. Speaking of ghost tours, you can also do the Eastern State Penitentiary. That is supposed to be one of the most haunted places in the country, I believe, right?
If not one of them.
Yeah. So that's another one. You can also check out Valley Forge, which was Washington's headquarters when he was during the war in order to secede from England. So that's another really cool thing that you can do. You can also go up to Lancaster County and experience the Amish. And kind of how they live, and go to the great, oh my gosh, amazing Amish like cheeses and things like that.
Yeah, the cheeses and the wines, the pies, all the different foods.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
If you walk out of that town hungry, you did something wrong.
Yep. So other things that our great state has is we have a ton of natural options for you to go and experience. I mean, by natural, I mean we have a lot of state parks. We have a lot of national parks going on. So you can really get in touch with nature while you're here. Again, Presque Isle is one of those that I'd already brought up. But you can also go up to Elk County. That is something we did recently. We got to go see elk, which was really interesting. and they had a beautiful visitor center up there.
And we'll have to go back up again and do a video for you guys so you can see this place, because it's gorgeous. Like the drive out there is just, it's literally breathtaking. I mean, you're out in the middle of the country.
Yep.
I mean, it's nice. And then to get to see one of those big elks like we did.
Yeah.
That bull was huge.
Yeah.
Man, is he big.
So you've got Elk County up north. You've also got the Kinzua Bridge up there that you can check out. Go a little bit east and you've got the Cherry Springs State Park, which Cherry Springs is where you can go and go stargazing, because it's the only dark park that we have in our state.
Yeah, and they actually have a no light ordinance within, I think it's about 100 miles of the park, all the way around. So like when we say this is the best place to go stargazing, this literally is the best place in Pennsylvania to go stargazing, because I mean, you can see the Milky Way, you can see comets and stuff that are going by. You know, I mean, shooting stars, northern lights if they make it down in to see us, far enough down in to see it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is definitely really a cool place to go. And there is hotels around there. So if you don't want to spend the night sleeping, in your vehicle or something.
Yeah. Or camping out
and stuff, you can also do that too. So.
Yep. So that's super, super exciting. And then let me see here. Ohio Pile. Oh my gosh. We love going to Ohio Pile and would love to help you get that one taken off of your bucket list.
Yeah, some great restaurants out there. Wonderful place to go cool off during the summertime. They've got natural slides. They've got waterfalls. Or if you like to go hiking and biking, great trails, great hiking trails. I mean, all the way around, that is really cool. And we do have our celebration of 1 year. That's where our video was done.
Yeah.
So if you want to see what that area kind of looks like, watch our video on YouTube of our 1 year anniversary of being on YouTube, and you'll see a little bit of it. But we have not made it back out there since then,
which is crazy to me.
Yeah, because it's only an hour and 25 minutes from us. So I mean, I don't understand why we haven't done it again, but we've
been busy.
We're gonna get back out there and start making new videos every week here. So
yep, we're super excited about that. Other things that you can do out east, very unique thing that you can do is there's singing rocks in Buck County, where you hit them with the hammer and they all sing in different tones.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those like phenomenons where like it's like, why does it do that?
Yeah, you go up to one of them and go, boom. You want to rock?
I wouldn't go quite that far. And then there's also Bushkill Falls, which is the Pennsylvania version. So it's much smaller of the Niagara Falls. And then interestingly enough, we tend to apparently our state steals a lot of things from other states, because I just thought of it. There is also the Grand Canyon of Pennsylvania, which you can also check out, which doesn't look anything like it because it's all green and beautiful and not rocks and
well, there is one more thing too.
Mm-hmm.
We do have a miniature Statue of Liberty.
Yes, we do.
And we've seen it by accident. And we were going by and I looked over and I went, hey, there it is.
Yep.
And yeah, it's really cool. So you guys are going to have to get a hold of us if you're really wanting to see that. We know where it is, what you need to do, and where you need to go to see that.
Yeah.
So.
And Pennsylvania, I mean, it really is an interesting state. There's tons for you to do. Hit them hard and you might have a rock and roll.
Good one, Chris. I like it.
Oh, that's too funny. Pennsylvania is actually home to
bad dad jokes.
It's home to thousands of waterfalls, and there is actually 86,000 miles of rivers, streams, and creeks. That makes us second only to Alaska for the number of waterways that we have in our state.
Yep. That is amazing.
Think about that. That's mind-boggling, because
Alaska's huge.
Think of Texas, I mean,
yeah.
Isn't it like 3 Texases can fit into Alaska, and we still have the most just in our thing?
I don't know if it's quite that big, but it's pretty good size. I mean, we could definitely fit
2.5 maybe.
We could fit 3 Pennsylvanias easily into Alaska.
Okay. I'm not going to. It looks like it's this big, but then you really get to square mileage and it's much bigger. So,
do you know why that looks like that on the map?
Why?
Because it's the sheer size of the map. When they draw the map, it's actually bigger than Texas.
I know.
But when they draw it on the map, they have to make it look smaller because of the curvature of the Earth.
Okay.
Anyway, keep on.
So definitely reach out to us if you are thinking about doing a weekend trip, because we do those too. Pennsylvania is a really great place if you have some questions or if you just need some ideas of some place to go. Definitely reach out to us
Yep.
because we've done a lot of them, and the ones that we haven't done, we've probably already researched and have it on our list of things to do.
Yeah.
So definitely reach out to us for that. Next thing I want to talk about, because I'm trying to keep us on a schedule of sorts, this is officially the beginning of what us travel agents like to call wave season. Wave season means like the best cruise deals that you can get of the year.
Yes, definitely.
So I wanted to kind of get a couple of those out there to you today. Interestingly enough, not all of them have announced them yet,
Yeah.
because they're finishing out their New Year's
Yeah.
sales and stuff, and they end at midnight tonight. So I'm not going to go over all of them because of that. But Celebrity Cruises is really great if you're thinking about going to Alaska. They also offer European cruises and Caribbean cruises. They tend to hit like an older demographic, not necessarily like a kids ship. Not to say that they don't have kids activities and things, but if you are planning on traveling with little ones or teenagers, tweens, things like that, probably Royal Caribbean would be a better fit, or Disney Cruise Line, obviously.
Yeah.
So Celebrity, their biggest offer of the year that they're offering, it is 75% off your second guest with a non-refundable rate. Okay. Plus, you also can save up to $800 per stateroom and get an $800 onboard stay credit. So that is absolutely amazing. Those are
Yeah.
both per stateroom. So those are huge, huge savings. But I kind of want to, and it is available to book through March 1st. So we actually have a little bit of time if this is something that you're thinking about. Now, I will say that it's a little bit misleading if you want to book a refundable rate, because pandemic has taught us nothing else. Things happen, especially when you're planning 6 months or a year out or 2 years out. These deals actually are good through sailings for 2025. So if you decide you want to do a refundable rate, it's 60% off of the second guest, which honestly, I mean, losing the 15% in order to have a refundable rate, I think that that is more than fair.
Yeah.
So now, if you are going to do a 3 to 5 night cruise, which is generally like a Bahaman cruise or Western Caribbean, something like that, you get $50 credit per person per stateroom. That's off of your thing. So that's and then if you go from 6 to 9 nights, it's $100 per person, and then 10 plus nights is that $200 per person. These are all based off of quad occupancy, which is where they're getting that $800 per stateroom.
Yep.
So in like our instance, most likely it would just be us and Nick. So that would be 3 people. Our maximum that we could get back would be $600 per stateroom, because we would have just 3 of us for a 10-night cruise.
Yeah, unless the kid, the other teenagers and older one goes.
Yep. So
would still pay for themselves. We're not paying for it.
So that's really exciting. Like I said, Celebrity, it's actually a pretty awesome cruise line.
Yeah, it is.
It is not one that we have cruised on personally, but it is definitely one I would consider if we were planning on doing a Alaskan cruise, because they do a phenomenal job with those itineraries, and they've actually got some really nice European cruises that I would consider as well.
And their chefs are great.
Yes.
I've seen some of the creations that they've made on those ships, and just yummy.
Yes, it's a little bit more of an elevated experience. So.
Yes, it is. It's one of your higher up, high class ships.
So Virgin Voyages is another one I want to talk about. So
yeah, baby.
For the month of January, we can book this through January 31st. They are offering a 60% off of your second guest, and then up to $600 in free drinks with their bar tab program. So this is exciting. Obviously, Virgin Voyages is an adult-only cruise line, so that's something to kind of keep in mind. Their $600 bar tab, that is good for anybody that is going on a 7+ night cruise. If you're planning on doing a 6 nights or less, which a lot of them out of Miami are like 5-night cruises, you're going to get a $300 bar tab. So definitely something to think about with that. But there are going to be 2 cruise ships going in and out of Miami. So there's going to be that much more opportunity for you. The Scarlet Lady and the Valiant Lady, I believe.
Mhm.
Don't hold me to that.
I think it was
It's
about
been it's been a long day and I didn't write it down. So
I'm pretty positive I saw it was going to be the Valiant Lady. Pretty sure it was.
So that's basically double your opportunity in order to enjoy things from Miami. And then they also have really great itineraries in Europe as well.
Mhm.
So, and there are 2 ships out in Europe right now. So they have 4 total. So,
And they're beautiful.
yes.
Very
And
beautiful ships.
love it, love it, love it. Royal Caribbean. Now, are the drinks expensive?
That's a good question. I was literally thinking that, Amy.
Virgin Voyages, no, it's actually not. It's no more expensive than what you paid when you went to go see your dad at the beach. And I wanted to say Bradenton, and that is not the right side of Florida. I apologize. Daytona.
Daytona, there you go.
So you're looking at $6 to $8 for beers and regular wines, things like that,
Yeah.
up to $12 for mixed drinks. So
Depends
they're
on what you
really
get.
not all that expensive. The bar tabs are actually really nice too because you can $300 a person. So $300 bar tab per cabin if you do the 5-night cruise. But you can both use that bar tab because the bar tab is attached to the cabin itself, not just the individual person like Royal Caribbean does, things like
Right.
that. And the other nice thing is if you want to buy drinks for somebody, like you meet somebody
Yep.
and you're having drinks and everything, and you want to buy for them because you've got a bar tab that you haven't finished up yet, it's your last night. They don't care.
Yeah.
So it's a really great way that they've done that. And then you can also,
Or if the 300's not enough, you can add more.
You can add more. You can add $100 onto your bar tab, whatever you want to do.
Yep.
And they're always doing different promotions with their bar tabs where you can get them at a discounted rate. But the 60% off with your second guest, that's actually a really, really good deal for them. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect them to stack that more for you. But yeah, Virgin Voyages, really, really like it. It's also got a ton of phenomenal food. That is the biggest reason why I want to go on Virgin Voyages. I want to just stay on the ship, challenge accepted. I just want to stay on the ship and eat the entire time I'm on the ship because they have so many things that's just absolutely amazing. Oh, Chris, I love it. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I'll end up looking like a Violet off of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, rolling me off of the boat to the juicing factory to squeeze me back down to normal size.
So they have a really great steakhouse. They've got Goombay, which is like Korean street style food. A lot of different things that we don't get here in Pittsburgh, really.
Well, we got it, but we just don't go get it.
We don't do. How about that?
We always take off on a plane to go somewhere to go eat.
When did we leave PA? Not with it. Just a few minutes ago, Mike. You're good to go. So sorry, I just saw that, Mike.
We're out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean right now.
Yeah, we're out in the middle of the Atlantic. So yeah, Virgin Voyages, really, really great option. And again, like, don't get me wrong, they've got fantastic staterooms. Like they're really cool. And you can they have like mood lighting and they have everything working from your tablet. You know how bad I want to go on a cruise for the first time. Amy, I'm telling you what, this would be a good one for you because no screaming kids.
Yeah.
John Stone.
Hey,
oh,
buddy.
Thank you for joining us from Thailand. Please tell Lucky hello for us if she's not watching.
Yep.
So Bob retires in August, so I want to plan one after that. I think that would be
Sounds
a
like
great plan. So we'll get you in the off-season rates, which will be nice. So let me see here. I just want to make sure I don't run out of time on everybody. Okay, I'm good.
Oh yeah, you got 12 minutes.
Royal Caribbean. I'm moving on. Royal Caribbean, definitely keep an eye on our social media pages because they are one that is finishing out their New Year's Eve or New Year's sail,
Hmm.
and it ends in like 3 hours, so at midnight. So as of tomorrow, hopefully they will be sending us a whole new thing on what their wave season opportunities are going to be.
Yeah.
Now, reason why I like Royal Caribbean, I think they're a great cruise line for families, people who have never cruised before that just want to check it out,
Hmm.
and people that are enjoy food but aren't necessarily like foodies and wanting to have like the high end like experiences and such. Not to say that you can't get them on certain ships, but
You can.
somebody that is like, okay,
Yeah.
I want a decent menu list option
You want the,
opportunities.
if you want a good culinary experience,
Hmm.
a- all of them have it. All of them have great experiences. But what now?
Oh, they're fighting on YouTube. It's really funny. So anywho, sorry about that. Yeah. Good food. The ships themselves are destinations. Like, you don't really
Hmm.
have to get off of a Royal Caribbean cruise ship if you
No.
don't want to. And you can spend an entire week and you will never get through everything that they have on the
So if
ship.
you've already been to ports of calls that the ship is going to, stay on the ship
Hmm.
and do the things that you want to do on the ship
Yeah.
with nobody there.
Yeah.
Like if you want to ride, do certain things and just hang
Hmm.
out by the pool and don't have a ton of people around you, you got the
Hmm.
opportunity.
Yep.
Go to
Yep.
the adult deck.
The different shows that they have on board.
Hmm.
Obviously, their casinos and gambling and stuff. That's something else you
Yeah.
can do.
Yeah.
Again, it's different food. They have different upcharge restaurants that you can check out.
Hmm.
So there's a ton for you to do. And they also have a whopping 27 ships to their fleet right now, with 2 more coming in the next year and a half.
Yeah.
So,
That's
wow,
impressive.
that is so many ships. And they have the largest ship at sea right now, which is the Wonder of the Seas. My friend Mia actually got to go on that, on the Wonder of the Seas in December. Super, super excited for her. She's been having a rough time, so I was glad she had the opportunity to do that. She's in driving distance, or else I probably would have been like, can I go too? Anyway. It's a really, really great ship. So much entertainment that they have on there. They have a water show, which, I
Zip
mean,
lining.
you look at it and you're like, how on earth did they do that, let alone on a ship?
Mhm.
So definitely really cool. Definitely want to check that out. And then the other thing with Royal Caribbean is they're the ones that have Perfect Day at Coco Key, and I I was there before it became Perfect Day at Coco Key, and I cannot wait to go back. Like, that is like one of my 2023 goals is for us to do a 3-day Bahama trip so that we can just go to the Perfect Day at Coco Key. I don't know how or when we're going to do it because of his work schedule, but that's kind of, that keeps going in the back of my mind. When can I make this happen? When can he call off?
Yeah. Don't say that on live TV.
No, well, it'll be a personal day, not a you just not being there. Anyway,
I never do that.
no, you would never. So, Carnival is the other one.
Later, Dad.
Signing out, need bed. Yes. Carnival is another
feeling
one
better.
that I am going to have to kind of keep an eye out for with. So definitely watch our social medias for those. They also have a very large fleet. They have 24 ships. These are ships that are really great value. They're good for families, good for first-time cruisers that aren't so sure on what they want to do. If you want good cheap drinks, I think that's another thing that definitely think about. Obviously, this was a few years ago, but we had a bucket of beer, which was what, like 6 aluminum bottles or something.
The big 6 aluminum cans, or bottle cans. That's what I call them.
Yeah, and it was $20 for that.
Yep.
That was 5 years ago, so I'm sure it's probably 25 or 30 now.
Yep.
But even at that, I mean, you think about it when you're going to a bar and compared to that, it's not terrible. So definitely something for you to think about with that. And they're best known for their Caribbean itineraries. They do a really great job. Would be cool to take Lucky to some places. I loved the Caribbean. I know, yes, she would really enjoy some of that. So, and then there'll probably be other things where she'd be like, no, too touristy. I don't want to be here. But yeah, the Caribbean is a really great opportunity. Caribbean is a really great place with you when you were thinking about doing a Carnival cruise. So definitely think about that. And then, woohoo, I'm doing good on my time. So I wanted to go back again very quickly to our business wins. For those of you who weren't with us at the beginning, I just wanted to let everybody know that I sent out my first email blasts today. If you did not get an email from us, Plum Crazy Adventures, definitely let me know so that I can get you on our email blast for our next monthly newsletter. So on this one, basically welcoming everybody into 2023. It's going to be an exciting year. I have information on how to join our Plum Crazy Posse going to Universal Orlando Resort in March. You're going to want to definitely reach out to us about that because we do still have some space left. So not a lot, but we got a little bit of space left. So reach out to us.
Time's running out. Call.
Or email.
Or email.
So another thing with the email blast is we kind of went over some different options of what you might be thinking about for spring break or summer travel. We dove into Mexico a little bit. We love Mexico. We actually think it's a really great thing. I think that it is more than just all-inclusives. Personally, I know a lot of people, they spend their entire week on a beach at their all-inclusive, and that's all that they do. And if that's what you enjoy for your vacation, by all means, do it. We'll get you there. That's great.
But I am going to recommend
it's really
it.
messing with me looking at my Facebook feed because all I have is like laughing face, laughing face, laughing face where my eyeballs are. So it looks like I have 3 eyes, and it's messing with me big time. So you go to comment on there for me so that I'm not seeing it anymore.
Yeah, that should pop up any second.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I can see how that kind of freaked you out a little bit. Yeah.
So Mexico was one of them that I put on there. Also, Hawaii. We have so many people that are interested in Hawaii, and it's actually more attainable than what people think. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Seeing as how you're the one that put up the laughing faces. And then what was the other one? Oh, the Wonder of the Seas with Royal Caribbean, because that's the newest ship out there that you can go on within the United States, obviously. They tend to debut out in Europe first and then bring them over. So had all of that in that email blast. So tons of information that you're not going to want to miss. Also, 196 subscribers on YouTube. Woot woot. We've got 4 more to get to 200. Hoping that we would break that threshold for the new year, but that's okay. So
we're going to get her this year.
We're happy that we actually broke a different record that I didn't realize that we were close to, which was 30,000 views on our YouTube channel. So John Stone, I love several visits to Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara. Interesting. I didn't realize you'd gone to Guadalajara. So I wonder if that was with Dad or not. So you took him all over the place too. So he doesn't even remember half the places that you guys went to. And then the last thing is Scott recently joined TikTok. So we'll be starting to put some things out there for that and learning a new platform so that you guys will be seeing us that much more. You're going to get sick of us.
Hopefully not. But, we'll be there. And by the way, behind us, this isn't a tribute to Southwest.
No.
Just being frozen in midair. So, no. This is just a... We're talking about flying away and getting to exotic destinations.
We are talking about travel. We are putting good vibes in the air, and going and traveling is definitely our easiest way of doing that. So,
well, I think we're at the end of our show for the evening. So, guys, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us on Facebook and here on YouTube. We do appreciate all the love and support we get from everybody every single week. And don't forget, like we said, we are now on TikTok. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We are on Instagram. We're on Twitter, right?
We have a Twitter account, but it's not very active.
Yeah, we're going to get a little more active with that too. So, so that way we're going to be a little more in everybody's face and letting you guys see us and stuff. If you know of anybody that's interested in doing any traveling this year, or wanting to go some places, please give them our name and number, and
Yeah,
Get them
definitely.
hooked up with
I
us
would
because
love
we'd
to
love
have
to
a
help.
conversation with them
Hmm.
and see what we can get going with them
Yep.
because everybody needs a Plum Crazy Adventure this year.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Well, with all that being said, guys, happy 2023. I hope everybody has a great new year. I know we're off to a good start and we're excited to get this year kicking, and we're excited to get your guys' vacations booked and ready to go. And we'll talk to everybody soon. So, with all that being said, are you guys ready for your next Plum Crazy Adventure?
Because we're ready to get you there.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye.